Eichhornia, you all are aware about it. It is having purplish white color flowers. It's this way the structure. Last time भी किया था शायद. Offset के time पे बनाया था मैंने इधर. Eichhornia का plant. ये वाला. याद है? ऊपर. Can you see this? Correct? That is nothing but Eichhornia. That is a floating hydrophyte. Now, in this, what is happening is, in this case, what is happening? What are the characters for this? The flowers are large. The flowers are having a coating. A cuticle is the flower, so that they do not become soggy. पानी में रहते हैं ना? They should not become soggy. Floating वाला तो ठीक है, जो submerged वाला उसके लिए problem हो सकता है. तो इससे उनके पास एक coating रहता है, waxy coating. They have a waxy coating so that they are not drowned in the water. Next, the flowers are sweetly fragrant. They have bright colors. They have a sweet fragrance. Next, the pollen grains which are formed over here. Pollen grains also have a waxy coating, so that these pollen grains are not drowned in the water. For that reason, they have a waxy coating. Now, what is happening over here is, in this particular case, you have two different types of it. One is epihydrophilus and one is hypohydrophilus. Epi is above, pollination taking place on the water surface, epihydrophilus. Correct? This epihydrophilus is generally occurring in your Vallisneria or submerged plants. Correct? It is occurring in Vallisneria. Whereas hypohydrophilus is generally occurring in Zoosteria. Correct? It is occurring in Zoosteria. Now, what is the character over here for epihydrophily as well as for this hypohydrophily? Epihydrophily means pollen grains occur below the water surface. Sorry. One second. Some गड़बड़ has done or नहीं है. गड़बड़ अभी तक नहीं, अभी होने वाला था. In epihydrophilus, what is happening? The pollen grains are floating. Pollen grains are floating. In epihydrophilus, the pollen grains are floating on the water surface. यानी कि वो जो प्लांट था उसमें से अपने को मिला था पोलन ग्रेन्स, और पोलन ग्रेन्स वाटर सरफेस के ऊपर फ्लोट हो रहे हैं, तैर रहे हैं. They are floating on the water surface and they try to reach the stigma. Trying to reach a stigma. Of the female flower, which is submerged. Which is submerged. Now what is happening? The flowers, the female flowers reach the water surface. Once the stigma is matured, this female flower ka stigma will reach the water surface. Once it is reaching the water surface on the top, it will collect the pollen grains. It will come down inside again. The pollination has taken place. The pollen grains which are released by the male flowers were floating on the water surface. Epihydrophilus, they are floating. Once the stigma is matured, the thing is like a अपना coiled structure of a telephone wire होता है ना, MTNL का telephone उसका wire कैसा coiled रहता है. वैसे उसका स्टिग्मा का स्टाइल भी कॉइल रहेगा. वो मैच्योर हो गया तो कॉइल खुल के स्टिग्मा को सरफेस की तरफ लेके आएगा. As it is bringing the stigma to the surface, the stigma is collecting the pollen grains. Again, it is getting binded up. पहले uncoiled हुआ था, again it is getting coiled up and is coming towards the inner side because it is a thing which is a submerged hydrophilus, this Vallisneria. This will come temporary, there is ensure, so that the pollination can take place. What is there? The female flower which is submerged, the style will get uncoiled, come to the surface, collect the pollen grains and coil again. Go towards the inner side, fertilization वगैरह कर लेगा. That is pertaining to your epihydrophilus. Coming to the next one, your hypohydrophilus. In hypohydrophilus, what is happening? The pollination occurs below the surface of the water, like just below the surface. ये तो अंदर गया बाद में हो गया. Now it is occurring, the pollination is occurring below the surface of water. Pollination is below the surface of water. In this case, what is happening? The pollen grains are much heavier because अंदर की तरफ है इसके लिए. Pollen grains are heavier. भारी है. इसमें they were light. The pollen grains are light over here because they are floating. They are light in weight. Here they are heavier. Correct? They are within the surface of the water. So they sink down. Because they are heavier, they are sinking. As they are sinking, they can collect it. The pollen grains are sinking down and they are caught by the stigma of the female flower. As they are sinking, they are caught by the stigma of the female flowers. They are caught by the stigma of flowers. In this particular case, very peculiar character is there. The pollen grains are spiny in nature. That means the exine is spiny. And these pollen grains are elongated, lambe hain, so that they can be trapped very fast. That is pertaining to hypohydrophilus. Then you come to the next one, biotic components ka ye 4 hai. Correct? In which we are in the first one, entomophilus. Entomophilus is nothing but insect pollination. Now, example for this is your salvia, ossimum, sunflower. वो टाइम पे आपको जो याद आया आप लिख सकते हो. मगर ये दो एग्जाम्पल याद रखना जरूरी है because they are there in the practicals also. आपको वैसे भी. Agreed? Now coming to the first one, entomophilus. For the insects to come and attract the flowers, honey bee वगैरह क्यों आएगा? क्योंकि उसके पास खुशबू है, नेक्टर है. The flowers are brightly colored. Second point, the flowers are sweetly fragrant. Third point, the flowers possess or produce the nectar. क्योंकि ये है इसके लिए प्लांट है उसके पास. Agreed? Next, एक mechanism होता है which is observed in the case of your salvia, ossimum and all that. इसमें क्या है? Just see over here. The flowers are showing this type of structure. Can you see here? There are 3 petals on the top. There are 2 petals at the base. Correct? It is forming 2 lip-like structures. अपना मुंह के जैसा बन रहा है. Yes, no? This particular type of corolla is said to be bilabiate corolla. 2 lip-like structures are there. So we call it as bilabiate corolla. Bilabiate corolla. इसमें you will have the stamens. अभी be careful over here. I am showing one anther. Sorry, one stamen, the filament, as well as one anther on the top and one anther at the base. The sterile connective tissue is over here. In these 2 anther lobes, one is fertile and one is sterile. Just fertile one is on the top. The sterile one is at the base. What happens here? The insect is coming. Here the insect has come. Agreed? The insect is moving. As the insect is moving inside to suck the nectar, it will be applying pressure on this anther lobe. As it is applying the pressure on this lobe, इसके ऊपर वजन पड़ेगा. जैसे ही इसके ऊपर वजन पड़ेगा, ये ऊपर वाला पोर्शन नीचे की तरफ आएगा. इंसेक्ट अंदर मूव हो रहा है, ऊपर वाला पोर्शन नीचे की तरफ आएगा. जैसे ही ऊपर वाला पोर्शन नीचे की तरफ आएगा, ये वाला एंथर जो है, के पास पोलन ग्रेन्स था. These pollen grains get stuck to the body of this insect. Correct? So it is a short process of cross-pollination. Agreed? Here, because this particular anther is showing a mechanism, जैसे आपका खिड़की दरवाजा कैसे lever mechanism दिखाता है, opening and closing, it is forming that particular type of mechanism. So we call it as the lever mechanism. The flower possesses lever mechanism. The flowers are possessing the lever mechanism by means of its anther. Correct? Of the, sorry, by means of its anther stamen, you can say, or androecium. Of that one anther lobe, one anther lobe is fertile, which is on top. One anther lobe is sterile, which is at the base. The insect, when lying on this, will be moving towards the inner side. It will be acting as lever mechanism, so the top will be falling down. When it is falling down with the help of pressure, it is collecting the pollen grains. Now the same insect will go and visit the another star, and it will deposit its pollen grain. So that is, it is a short process of cross-pollination. This particular lever mechanism is observed in the case of bilabiate corolla, which is observed in tulsi. तुलसी है ना आपके घर पे, उसके फ्लावर्स को मैग्नीफाइंग लेंस के नीचे जरा देख लो, आपको 2 लिप के जैसा स्ट्रक्चर मिलेगा बराबर. भले वो फ्लावर बहुत छोटा सा वॉयलेट कलर का फ्लावर है, लेकिन आप ध्यान से देखोगे मैग्नीफाइंग लेंस के नीचे आपको दिखाई देगा वैसा. Agreed?
Yes, ma'am.
Apart from this, the pollen grains are spiny in nature. Pollen grains are spiny, so that they can stick to the body of the insect. Next, the stigma is sticky, so that it can collect the pollen grains when the insect is visiting it. So all these characters are the characters for insect pollination. Agreed? We have done till now 3. We are revising them first, and we'll go for the next one. Anemophilus and Hydrophilus were abiotic components. They were abiotic agents, you can say. Just refer it fast. Okay, no problem. Now, the further three different types of pollination which we have: Ornithophilus, Chiropetrophilus, and Malacophilus. In that, these characters which are there, the flowers are brightly colored, the flowers are sweetly fragrant, the flower shows the presence of nectar, and all such things are common. क्योंकि insect का है, it will be common. Zoology का है, it will be common. Only presentation here and there थोड़ा terminologies होता है और कुछ नहीं. जैसे लेबिएट करोला था, उसमें बाइलेबिएट करोला नहीं है. उधर क्या आएगा? गेमोपेटालस करोला. करोला फॉर्मिंग अ फनल शेप स्ट्रक्चर, ऐसा करके है. उतना चेंजेस अपने को याद रखने का है. तो कर रही हूँ अभी. I am going to the Ornithophilus. Now the example for Ornithophilus is none other than Bombax. Very easy way to remember. You have one more, that is Callistemon, but that particular example to remember will be very difficult. Bombax is easier for you to remember. Now in this case, what we are saying, because it is Ornithophilus, definitely it has to be by means of birds. We know that it is a pollination taking place by means of birds. One second, my dear. Okay, it's taking place by means of birds. In this case, what is happening is the flowers are gamopetalous. I hope you know the meaning of the term gamopetalous. They are in funnel shaped structure or a conical shaped structure. The birds who have a long beak, elongated beak, the birds who have elongated beaks, they'll be sending their beak inside to collect the nectar. That is the reason why the flowers are gamopetalous over here. Elongated corolla रहेगा, infundibuliform corolla, so that it can collect from inside the flower, the nectar. Now the flowers are brightly colored. We already said that flowers are brightly colored. The flowers are large and showy. They are conspicuous. Next, the flowers secrete dilute nectar, or the flowers are secreting nectar, dilute or concentrated is bothered. Secrete nectar, because of which the birds are coming towards it. Next, the pollen grains are spiny. The pollen grains are also sticky. The next point over here pertaining to this is the flowers are without the fragrance. Flowers are without fragrance. आपका ये धतूरा में fragrance कहाँ था? The birds are not having any sense of smell. The flowers are without the fragrance. Why? Because the birds have poor development.
मैं फ्रेग्रेंस नहीं रहता थोड़ा भी.
हाँ?
धतूरे फ्रेग्रेंस.
उसका खुद का वो जो फ्रेग्रेंस वो अट्रैक्शन के लिए नहीं है. वो अट्रैक्शन के लिए नहीं है. अभी परफ्यूम जैसे आप लगाते हो वो अट्रैक्शन के लिए है ना. उसका फ्रेग्रेंस अलग है. वैसे जो खुद का पसीना निकलता है उसका फ्रेग्रेंस अलग रहता है ना. तो वो दैट पसीना जो निकलता है उसका जो खुशबू है वो किसी को अट्रैक्ट थोड़ी करता है. तो यहाँ पे भी वैसे ही है ना. धतूरा का फ्रेग्रेंस इट इज नॉट अट्रैक्टिंग एनी इंसेक्ट और बर्ड्स एंड ऑल सच थिंग्स. So because the birds cannot smell it, That is the why. Sense of smell is poorly developed in the case of birds.
Okay, thank you.
उनके वहाँ पे नाक there. That's the reason why they cannot smell very fast. तो उनको वो fragrance बिना वाला भी flask चल जाता है इसके लिए. So it shows this particular type. Next you have Chiropetrophily. Chiropetrophilus. That means by means of bats. Example which is there for means of bats which is taking place in turn is nothing but you can say this now Kadamba tree. You know, you'll get some flowers resembling to the sapna. Asters only. जो अपन गन्ने वगैरह को चढ़ाते हैं ना, पर्पल वाला है, पिंक वाला रहता है, येलो वाला रहता है, व्हाइट वाला रहता है, सनफ्लावर के जैसा छोटा सा रहता है, वो पतले पतले ये पेटल्स रहते हैं उसके, रेड फ्लोरेट्स, वैसे वाले स्टाइल का आता है कदम्बा. वो सूखा हुआ मिलता है दादर पे, उसका चेन्स मिलता है, गार्लैंड मिलता है. इट्स वेरी ऑस्पिशियस. ऐसे 6 महीने रहता है, फ्रेश के फ्रेश एकदम, उसका खुशबू बहुत अच्छा रहता है. एंड दे ब्लूम ओनली एट द नाइट टाइम. So that is the reason why bats are nocturnal animals. तो उनका वो लोग वहीं पे कर सकते हैं pollination phenomena. That's why it blooms only at night. That is the reason why it is observed over there. When the flowers are dull colored, रात को दिखता नहीं है कुछ भी. The flowers are dull colored. जो मैंने flowers बोला ना, तो वो flowers का color कैसा है? You can say it is brown color flowers are there. वो सूखा भी वैसे ही दिखता है, फ्रेश भी वैसे ही दिखता है. So it is dull color flowers. Next, in this particular case, nectar is ample amount of nectar. Ample amount of nectar is present. Next, the pollen grains are spiny because they're dicot. So definitely the pollen grains are spiny. These pollen grains are edible. Then the flowers, they are edible as well as they are large in shape. They are large also, large in size. So these are the basic characters for Chiropetrophilus. These characters are basically for Chiropetrophilus. Next, you have something pertaining to Malacophilus. The pollination is taking place by means of snails. Pollination is by means of snails. Malacophilus आपका syllabus में नहीं है से. ये last year का था, ये साल नहीं है. Only that by means of snails it is taking place. ठीक है? In which basically what is there? The pollen grains are spiny. They stick the body of the mollusk that is sticking to the body of snail. When it visits the other flower, it will deposit the pollen grains over there. वैसे ही आपको नीट में जब भी जाओगे तो आपको स्नेक का पॉलिनेशन भी आएगा. एलिफेंट्स में भी पॉलिनेशन होता है. ऑन द फुट के नीचे उड़ के जाता है वो. So these are the different pollinations which when you come for NEET, that time it will be there. Right now in your syllabus you have only 3 types: Anthophilus, Ornithophilus and Chiropetrophilus. Is it clear? Just refer the Ornithophilus and the Chiropetrophilus. Done? Can I proceed towards the next unit?
Yes, miss.
Okay. The next unit is pertaining to fertilization. Now, before going to fertilization, I have some terminologies for you all to remember. Correct? We have done the terminology as autogamy. Auto means self, gamy means marriage. We have done the term getonogamy. Geton is neighbor. Gamy is marriage. We have done the term xenogamy. सुना है ना ये भी? Xeno is unknown. अपने दादा दादी वो लोग ने एक दूसरे का शक्ल ही नहीं देखा. माँ बाप ने शादी फिक्स कर दिया. शादी के बाद में घूंघट खोला तब दादी का शक्ल देखा. करेक्ट हो ना? आजकल हम लोग तो घूमते हैं फिरते हैं, उसके बाद की बात है. तो उस जमाने में ऐसा था, xenogamy. Then you have come across a term as the fourth one, homogamy. Homo is same type. The male and male mature. Next was dichogamy. Different times the male and female mature. Then you have one more term over there was cleistogamy. Which was nothing but closed marriage. Agreed? Closed. और कुछ था गैमी का? बिगिनिंग से लेके इधर 3 गैमी था. 3, ये चौथा, ये 5वां, ये 6ठा. हम लोग का 6 हुआ है अभी तक. बराबर है? 6 हुआ है. ठीक है. अभी जैसे जैसे आएगा I will be making a list of gametes. Agreed? So you should be aware about them. That's why. Now I am going towards the phenomena of double fertilization. Yeah, fertilization is dealing with double fertilization. Now, in this particular case, fertilization means what? Fusion of male and female gamete to form a diploid structure called zygote. This is nothing but merely syngamy. Correct? This is merely syngamy. So here I write this term syngamy, which is nothing but fusion of male and female gamete to form zygote. The next one, if you can see, I will just draw the diagram now. This is nothing but the entire style ovary. Agreed? It shows the style, it shows the ovary. Within the ovary will be the ovule. Within the ovary is the ovule. ये है मेरा outer integument, inner integument, then the nucellus, and this is the embryo sac. Correct? In this embryo sac, I have antipodals over here. I have egg cell and egg synergids and the polar nuclei in the center. Now, the pollen grains are landing over here. These pollen grains will collect the nourishment from the stigma. They will germinate. They are forming the male gametophyte. Now, as the stigma, the pollen tube is making its entry, as the pollen tube is making its entry through the micropyle, it is going inside through the micropyle, correct, which is a small gate-like opening. The process of fertilization is called as porogamy. Porogamy. The male gametes enter through micropyle. Next, if the male gametes are entering through the integuments, it is called as mesogamy. Male gametes enter through integument. It is called mesogamy. When the male gametes are entering through the chalaza, it will be called as chalazogamy. Male gametes enter through chalaza. So these are the different gametes. You had studied last year one more gamy, that is siphonogamy, in which you had come across the term as the male gametes which are non-motile are carried towards the female gamete by means of pollen tube. Hence it is called as siphonogamy. याद आ रहा है ये लास्ट ईयर किया था हम लोग ने टर्म. Even in the case of this also we had seen it. Chalaza is where the two integuments are arising. Yesterday you were not there or you were sleeping. Check over here. Chalaza, the region from where the two integuments are arising. Dekha? Is it clear here? Okay. So all these are gametes. Just see the list of gametes. ये हम लोग घुमा फिरा के आप लोग को पूछ सकते हैं. Be full. All these gametes can be asked to you all. Mix match करके कुछ भी. Distinguishing में डाल सकते हैं. We can put it in MCQs. MCQs में घुमाने का है. कुछ भी हम लोग कर सकते हैं. You should be aware about all of them. Agreed? Autogamy, getonogamy, xenogamy, homogamy, dichogamy, plistogamy, syngamy, porogamy, mesogamy, chalazogamy, siphonogamy. उनके आगे उनका मीनिंग भी लिखा हुआ है. So need not worry about that part. ठीक है? Now, here we were doing when it is making its entry. We were doing that part when it is making its entry. So first one we have seen. Now each of this is having two different male gametes. हर एक pollen tube में दो male gamete रहेगा. One male gamete is taken by this one, but the second male gamete जो था, जो second male gamete है, I'll color it with green. The second male gamete is taken up by this one. पहला वाला उसके पास गया, एक के पास गया, जो दूसरा वाला है वो उसके पास गया, करेक्ट. both the male gametes are utilized by the same ovule. So the process of fertilization is called as double fertilization. But the second वाला जो है ना, उसको हम लोग बोलते हैं triple fusion. Triple fusion. Why? Because the second male gamete fuses with the female gamete. Sorry, fuses with the secondary nucleus. Which is already diploid in nature. It is forming a triploid structure called primary endosperm nucleus. It is called as primary endosperm nucleus. Now, because the three nuclei are fusing together, you call this as triple fusion. You call this as triple fusion. And both of them are taking place in the same ovule. यही ovule में दोनों take place हुआ. So this phenomena is called as double fertilization. Correct? The meaning of double fertilization is, you will write it. Double fertilization means syngamy plus triple fusion. Syngamy हम लोग ने लिखा है ऊपर. Correct or no? तो no need. Triple fusion अपने को मालूम होना चाहिए. Triple fusion is what? Second male gamete fusing with the secondary nucleus which is already 2n in nature to form 3n structure called as primary endosperm nucleus. ध्यान में रहेगा. That is PEN. ये पेज आपके लिए बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है. Please be careful. ये धीरे धीरे करके all the terminology should be at the tip of your tongue. This page is very important for you. All the terminologies has to be at the tip of your tongue. So I just move it slowly and steadily. Just let me know. My friend is not the dengue wala. I don't know his name only. I remember him as dengue wala.
Wait,
Where
no.
is he? I don't know. Where is he? He's there in the class or no? कि घर पे सोया हुआ है?
मैं उसने शायद से बायो ड्रॉप.
अच्छा, very good. Done this page? My dear, all the gametes are very clear to you all. Can you recollect any other gamete apart from this, which you have come across in this chapter till now? मेरे हिसाब से मैंने सारे gametes कर दिए हैं. Yes or no? Right in the beginning also we never had anything. We never had any gamete as such. Vegetative propagation में भी gamete वगैरह नहीं था. आर्टिफिशियल प्रोपगेशन में भी नहीं था, नेचुरल में भी नहीं था, देन asexual में भी नहीं था. Can I proceed now? I'll do that particular fertilization process once again so that it is drilled into you all. Can I proceed? Okay. Now, process of fertilization. Here I have nothing but the single couple I have drawn it. This single couple is having the stigma, the style, and the ovary. Within the ovary is the ovule, which is anatropous ovule, ulta ovule. Now, pollen grains at the 2-cell stage, abroad by means of wind, current, insect, whatever it is, I'm least bothered. They are landing upon the stigma. Now, this stigma is mature enough, it will start nourishing them. As it nourishes it, this particular partial male gametophyte is forming the mature male gametophyte. It is forming the pollen tube. This pollen tube, or each pollen grain is bearing the pollen tube. किसी का लंबा रहेगा, किसी का छोटा रहेगा, ऐसा तीसरा वाला भी रहेगा. One of them is reaching till the ovule, and it's making its entry through the micropyle. When it is making its entry through micropyle, we call it as porogamy. Supposing it is making its entry through integuments, mesogamy. Supposing it is making its entry through the chalazal end, chalazogamy. वो हर एक प्लांट का अपने हिसाब से है, we are least bothered. पण term दे दिया है, correct? Now here they have made it entry to the pollen, this micropyle. Now each pollen grain we had said it is having two ovules, two male gametes. So first male gamete is fusing with the egg to form a diploid structure called zygote. That is merely syngamy, normal process of fertilization. The second male gamete is moving towards the inner side and it is fusing with secondary nucleus. Here already there are two nuclei already there. One more nucleus is coming and getting associated. So there are 3 nuclei being fused together. So we call it as triple fusion. That is the second male gamete fuses with the secondary nucleus, which is already having 2N, to form a 3N structure called as primary endosperm nucleus. That is PEN. Correct? Because both the male gametes are utilized by the same ovule, this phenomena is called as double fertilization. Now, let's see once again over here. We have seen double fertilization. Explain the term double fertilization. They have asked us in the boards. But double fertilization is syngamy plus triple fusion. Right? You think you will get marks? No, dear. As a teacher, I don't know the meaning. अरे उसने समझाया नहीं है क्या marks देने का? 1 mark के लिए आंसर उसका भी ऐसा खाली कर दिया. You have to explain the term syngamy then. Explain the term triple fusion. Then only you will be fetched with that 1 mark. Otherwise, you are not fetched, my dear. Because when I am doing paper correction, I am not aware about anything. Sari dunya, I am blank total in bio. So whatever you have to explain it, you have to explain it properly. Give it to me. Don't think that the teacher must be knowing everything. Agreed? Here you have to mention that it is forming a diploid structure zygote. Here you have to mention it is forming a triploid structure called as primary endosperm nucleus. Both of them taking place together is called as double fertilization. Just try to recollect whether there is any problem till here. If not, then we will proceed. Can I proceed? My dear friends, can I proceed? Yes, okay. Now we are going towards the structure of the endosperm. क्योंकि वही हो सकेगा, एम्ब्रियोलॉजी का नहीं हो सकेगा, इसके लिए वो नहीं स्टार्ट कर रही हूँ. एंडोस्पर्म डेवलपमेंट. When the two things are uniting, that is one male gamete fusing with the secondary nucleus, it is forming a triplet structure called primary endosperm nucleus. That particular primary endosperm nucleus, in turn, the cells will go on dividing and redividing. ये मेरा 1 है, इसका जो न्यूक्लियस है ना वो ऐसा न्यूक्लियस डिवाइड हो गया, 1 से 2, 2 से 4, 4 से 8, 8 से 16, 16 से 32 ऐसा। साइटोप्लाज्म डिवाइड नहीं हुआ, खाली न्यूक्लियस डिवाइड हुआ. So I call this particular type as free nuclear division. I call it as nuclear type or free nuclear type. The endosperm is named as free nuclear type. And this free nuclear type of endosperm is generally observed in the case of wheat, sunflower, coconut. Coconut, wheat, sunflower. Here the second type, wherein we have the endosperm, the nucleus is dividing, it is taking its own cytoplasm. So we call this as cellular type. We call it as cellular type of endosperm. We call it as cellular type of endosperm. This cellular type of endosperm is observed in the case of balsam. It is observed in the case of balsam or petunia. It is observed in balsam or petunia. Another example for that, that is. The third type is, it is dividing first into 2. Correct? It is first dividing into 2 cells totally. Agreed? Later on, it shows the formation of free nuclear things. यानी कि पहला वाला क्या था, 2 न्यूक्लियर बने थे लेकिन बीच में पार्टीशन भी आया था, यानी कि 2 डॉटर सेल्स बने प्रॉपरली. सो इट वाज सेल्युलर टाइप. बट आफ्टर सेल्युलर टाइप द न्यूक्लियस स्टार्टेड डिवाइडिंग ऑन इट्स ओन. साइटोप्लाज्म डिवाइड नहीं हुआ. सो इट इज अ हाइब्रिड ऑफ द टू ऑफ देम. It is a hybrid of the two of them. That is your cellular as well as free nuclear. This particular type you call it as helobial type. This you call it as helobial type. This helobial type of endosperm is observed in the case of Asphodilus. It is observed in the case of example, that is Asphodilus. Correct? That is nothing but helobial type. So endosperm itself, अभी जब भी एम्ब्रियो बनेगा तो एम्ब्रियो को खाना पीना चाहिए, तो उसके पहले खाने पीने की तैयारी रखनी है ना अपने को, तो वो खाने पीने की तैयारी ये करके रखता है एंडोस्पर्म. एंडोस्पर्म इज नथिंग बट योर प्राइमरी एंडोस्पर्म न्यूक्लियस इज डिवाइडिंग. If it is just dividing without the cytoplasmic division, we call it as free nuclear endosperm or free nuclear type, and it is observed in the case of your coconut, wheat, etc. If the nucleus is dividing and the cytoplasm is also dividing, means proper cell structures are being formed, then you call it a cellular type. The third type which you have is helobial type, in which first the endosperm will divide, the primary endosperm nucleus will divide. Entire nucleus is dividing, the cell is dividing, cytoplasm is also dividing. But later on in each one of them, the nucleus is having free nuclear division, means both of them are taking place simultaneously. So you call it as helobial type of cell division or endosperm formation or helobial type of endosperm. And this is observed in the case of Asphodilus plants. Correct? That is nothing but your endosperm development. After this, next lecture, whenever we meet, we are going to do the embryology, development of the embryo. The development of the embryo, that is zygote being formed and all such things. Okay? Now, my dear friends, if you can recollect, I think my next lecture mostly will be on Friday. As far as my knowledge is there, let's see them too. But all it comes earlier. I'm sitting here along with this textbook pages. There are some boxes. Correct? Can you tell activity? Can you recall? Think about it. Internet, my friend. I expect you all to locate these answers and let me know. That is an assignment for you all. Maybe all you don't get, no problem, my dear friends. I have the answers with me. I have done already all of them. but I would like to see that how much are you all getting it. So please do try seriously. That is something for your benefit. We have done so many of them, so you can try and do it so that you get the benefit of it. And then even if you're not getting it, you're not the loser. It is just a beginning stage. And simultaneously you come to know whether you have understood the things or no. If you have not understood, you can tell me a particular thing to be repeated also. I don't mind it. That can be done in the next class. And as far as my knowledge is there, in the next class, this chapter is getting over. Is it clear? Then mostly the next chapter you want me to start is, I think the major chapter is your genetics, genes, molecular basis of inheritance. Correct? So that another assignment is along with it, that please study the structure of DNA and RNA and keep it. Last year हम लोग ने किया था ना, ये साल आपको नहीं है, don't worry. The textbook is not showing the structure of DNA and RNA. Don't worry about it. But I expect you all to read and keep it so that you all can give me the answers. क्योंकि DNA replication तो है ना, and RNA is needed for protein synthesis. तो इसके लिए मेरे को आप आंसर करोगे तभी मैं आगे बढ़ सकूंगी. तो आपका बेस होगा तब आप आंसर कर सकोगे. तो ये दो असाइनमेंट है. First is you have to try to locate the answers which are there in these blocks. Correct? And second one is you have to read DNA and RNA का structure which was there last year in your biomolecules chapter. ठीक है? Will you be able to do that much?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes or no? हाँ?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
एक हफ्ता तक है मेरे हिसाब से. एक हफ्ता तक है, उतना काफी होना चाहिए to revise it. Great. Now today's work, if you want to revise it once again, you can revise it till as a student. Because I cannot start with this unit at all. If I start, I'll have to block in between. वो मेरे को start करने के लिए सोचना पड़ेगा इसके लिए. So today's work we have started from here. Pollination, types of pollination, merits and demerits, then agents for pollination, adaptations for that particular type of pollination or contrivances, then abiotic agents, biotic agents, what are the modifications or adaptations in the plant to have that type of pollination, then the process of fertilization we have seen. All the gametes you are supposed to remember my idea. ये घुमा फिरा के किधर भी आ सकता है gametes, तो ध्यान में रखना है आपको. Is it clear? इधर उधर का merge मत कर देना gamete को. Agreed? This is all what we have done today. Do you need these pages of today also? 1, 2.
Yes, ma'am.
I see 7 pages are there today. Okay, so today ka 7 pages I will send it immediately so that you all can start with your work.
Okay, ma'am. Okay, ma'am.
Okay, but please, as a sister, as a friend, I will suggest you all try to solve those questions which are there for you all to solve in the textbook. Can you tell? Can you recall? Can you think? Activity oriented and everything. No doubt, if you're not getting, if you're wrong here, not at the board level. We are there to correct it. Is it clear? Even if you are writing it, you want to forward it, you can forward it either directly to me or you can forward directly to Sanket sir and tell him to forward it to me so that I can go through it. And I can give you the feedback whether you have done it properly or no. And before the next lecture, next lecture, I expect you all to read DNA and RNA and keep it ready also, because after doing fertilization part, we will go for that only. DNA and RNA. Correct? Molecular basis of inheritance, number 4. Agreed? Now, only one question I would like to ask you all. We have finished lesson number 3. We have finished lesson number 1. Do you all want me to keep one text for these chapters so that you all start preparing little bit, so that I can forward the paper to Sanket sir and he can forward it to you all. As in, when you all are feeling comfortable, you all can solve it and give it to us. What you all suggest? Should we do it? At least thoda preparation chalu ho jayega. Maybe 25%, maybe 50%, whatever it is. You are gaining some confidence. Should we go? Test rakhna shuru karu main. So when should I start? You all let me know.
Ma'am, you can just
sir, when
forward it
should
to
I start?
I'll give it to them. And whenever you get it, ma'am, you can forward it to me. I'll give it to them and they can forward me the answers whenever they're comfortable. Because they have a lot of tests coming up in maths, physics,
Okay.
chemistry. So we might as well give them their own time. It's up to them how honestly they want to do it.
Yeah, they have to sit at home and do it. So let them little bit at least they start
Yeah,
in
so
this
there's no
process.
point putting a
Basic
time limit on
intention is
it.
that
Even
only.
if they get the answers by studying later, that's fine, as long as they get.
Okay, ठीक है.
All right.
Okay, ठीक है. Okay, done. Now the next lecture, mostly as far as sir has told me, it will be around Friday. Correct or no?
Yes,
Friday and Saturday, sir has kept my days.
yeah,
Okay, chalo then.
sure.
See you all.
Thank you.
Bye bye, dear. All the best. Enjoy your weekend.